exercise detected. Nothing to report, sir. Hostile sensor reading. Yes, sir.
Less hair if we stick around here too much longer. If there's a story here, we'll find it.
sequence at 30-second intervals as requested.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time 14 minutes. Station keeping maintained. Thrusters stable.
Trying to minimize reactor jitter, adjusting compression rate.
Communications are...
Attention, this is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan. That is all.
Never expected Dr. Lee would return to the Brotherhood. But you're not here to discuss history, are you? Are the documents you...
I found some technical...
Splendid. Here are the caps. Remember, check every building...
Nice work bringing Dr. Lee back into the fold.
I'm looking for some firepower.
Be my guest.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, brother.
Handy, aren't ya?
Heard you gave those muties at Fort Strong something to think about.
Let Ingram catch you standing around. You'll be on report before you can blink. matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us. When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
The Institute and their technological abomination. System deltas at 100%. Secondary deltas standing by.
Looks like Liberty Prime's coming along. Can't wait to see him smash the Institute.
Now that Dr. Lee's arrived, I'm certain she'll be vital to the Brotherhood.
Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of everyone here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Liberty Prime, back online.
All right, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and a battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be restarted. Right now, we have him running off of the Prydwen's engines. Once I get that sorted out, we'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude. Anyway, that's enough of that. Elder Maxson said...
Uh-huh.
And thank...
Taking on a death claw without backup is a great way to get yourself killed. By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology confiscated or collected.
Put two in the head and they'll stay.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Am I being accused of something?
That remains to be seen. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
I suspect you're saying exactly what I want to hear, Knight. Do you wish to try again?
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Apparently I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
With pleasure. I'll make him pay for lying to us.
You can't be serious. We're not assassins.
I appreciate your cooperation. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
I'm not sure I like how you're asking me that.
And I don't appreciate being betrayed by my own soldiers. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Danse's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Apparently I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you in. However, that doesn't Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
With pleasure. I'll make him pay for lying.
You can't be serious.
I appreciate your cooperation. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse... Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
I find your ignorance awfully... Proctor Quinlan, a portion of his... After careful analysis, Paladin Danse...
There has to be some kind of mistake.
In my experience, Proctor Quinlan, the data you brought back, Paladin Danse, to make matters, his sudden absence, I'm finding it difficult...
Had he
Don't insult my intelligence. You fought side by side.
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
Because you never expected this information to see the light of day. Now tell me the truth, before I have you thrown over the side of the Prydwen.
Has it ever occurred to you that Danse might not be aware of his own identity?
No, it had not. However, even if that were true, Danse still represents a clear... Your sincerity in this matter has been rather surprising, which means I've just... However, Danse is a synth. He represents every... Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
Isn't there some other way?
Exactly. You're not willing to let off one innocent man?
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be... And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. You're dismissed.
Synths are replacing humans with exact duplicates.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Danse.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transistor radio. I was merely sorry that you'd been duped. No matter. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Danse being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Danse up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Danse, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Haylen.
Why? In too much of a... I can't believe that after everything Paladin Danse did for you, you're just... There's obviously been a mistake, and we...
Scribe Haylen! You're addressing a senior officer. Now, unless you're here with information that...
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant.
Sure. Very well, then. Would you...
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
Change of heart, Haylen?
Just following orders, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the man who revived Prime, the Brotherhood...
Scribe Haylen?
This way.
Excuse me, Scribe Haylen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Danse ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Danse.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing. Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
What we have to do is not follow orders given to us by a lunatic.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do. Before the Prydwen showed up, Danse had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. Just be careful.
Communications array calibration test successful. All bands nominal.
Looks like we have a thruster imbalance. Tweaking pitch.
Nothing to report right now, Knight.
Approach and identify yourself.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you.
Uh-huh. Why didn't you tell me, Danse?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Haylen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Danse.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Haylen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxson will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Going up. Ground floor.
deftly done.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why is...
He's still alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about me?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Dance wants to save mankind, not destroy it.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Just listen to me. If I've earned any of your trust or respect while I've served with the Brotherhood, then I'd gladly trade it to keep Dance alive.
This machine isn't worth sacrificing the goodwill you've earned with the Brotherhood. He's your enemy.
If Dance dies, then you lose me as well. I can't stay in good conscience if his life means that little to you.
Your meager attempts at gaining my sympathy are becoming tiresome.
Whether he's human or not, Dance saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
Dance was merely following the rules set up in its programming. A real soldier's bravery comes from within. From his heart and his soul.
Is it too late to change my mind?
Of course not, Knight. I realize this is difficult for you. So I'm willing to forgive your previous insubordination. Now either you execute Dance, or I will.
Please. He deserves to live.
That time has already passed. Make your choice.
If he dies, what happens to me?
Given the circumstances, I'd be willing to overlook this lapse in judgment. The fact that Dance's true nature was hidden from you isn't your fault. Now make your decision, or I will.
For the good of the Brotherhood, he needs to die. But I won't pull the trigger myself.
I'm disappointed in you, Knight. Stand aside.
Just make it quick.
Nothing to report right now, Knight.
Going down. Unidentified. Did say beginning search. Attempt. Ball breaker. Kill. Kill.
Wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
Targets detected. Requesting.
Hey there.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never...
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because until...
Sure.
I never expected if it wasn't for Halen. So, what are your orders?
No. But I'm hoping.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not... I wish Maxon...
Right.
But that doesn't change a thing. If you disobey, synths can't be trusted. Technology that's run amok. I need to be the example.
The empathy that you're showing me.
I appreciate what you're... I'm ready to... Maxon's ordered you...
Is there any way out of it?
We both know that this... If you refuse to follow Maxon, I can't allow that to happen on my...
No. I won't do it.
I can't believe you'd risk your... Why would you do that?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
Well then, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't wish to debate. You've sworn an oath to consider this your greatest test, Knight.
Hey, pal.
What the hell are you waiting for? If you leave the bunker, I'll finish what you started.
Ours now.
Going up.
Officer Captain Kells is one of the finest officers at...
If Elder Maxon ordered me to follow him to the gates of hell...
Elder Maxon.
Report, Knight. Have you handled the situation with Paladin Danse?
Do you want his holotags as proof?
That won't be necessary. Perhaps you should keep them as a reminder of your lapse in vigilance. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I'm honored, Elder.
You've earned it by your own actions. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Docking systems and fusion coolant feed systems reporting green.
We're getting a 3% Z-tilt. Adjusting thrust recommended.
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below.
Adjusting internal balance pressure. Green lights across the board.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Danse has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
Do you think Dance's execution was justified?
It's quite obvious Danse was a traitor, or at the very least, a turncoat in the making. That machine's presence was endangering this ship and its crew, so it needed to be dealt with, swiftly and without mercy. Your actions in this matter were not only justified, they were vital to our mission. With all of that behind us, we can shift our focus back to our wartime preparations.
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest when the Institute is a smoking ruin. Until then,
Right.
Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, they're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operation. If we strike them now,
Fine, but it hardly seems worth our time.
The railroad may not appear to be a threat, but I can assure you they are. Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe.
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their head. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. They use the robot for complex strategic. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on PAM's terminal, it will force the unit. I'm certain we could put PAM's computing power to good use.
I'll try to get it back here.
Good.
Right.
I'm certain you'll do whatever. When you're ready, they'll provide demo. Ad Victoriam.
Try and get Pam back here in one piece, okay?
Getting a bit of twitch on prop 3. Adjusting torque.
If you're no good at hacking Pam's systems, you should take someone with you who can.
You're promoted. Ocean was well deserved, Paladin. Ad Victoriam, brother.
Can you believe synths are replacing humans with exact duplicates? Makes me sick.
Hey.
Where to?
Piper.
Hey, here. Something to keep you sharp. Always worked for me.
Hey. I need you to get out of your power.
You got it.
Head over there.
I don't think I
Every
can get
feral,
to that.
muty, and synth, shoot them into space. Glad to see you returned safely from the Institute, brother.
That's one heck of a getup, Blue.
Welcome back. Heard about Dance. Just know, what you did was right. Now, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for some firepower.
Sure, I've got...
Maxson might appear compassionate, but I can assure you, the Institute will face his wrath.
There's a story here. We'll find it.
Attention. Halbert pilot to Station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to Station Epsilon. That is all.
Second printing press while you're at it.
If you find anything interesting in the railroad headquarters, don't forget to bring it back here.
Unless you like getting radiation sickness, let's stay away from barrels.
For the good of the Commonwealth, the railroad must be destroyed.
Attention. This is a reminder. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation. Anyone found in possession of undocumented technologies will be subject to inquiry and punishment.
Nothing to report right now, Paladin. could you have been so close to Paladin Vance and not know he was a synth?
I'm pleased to see Maxon's promoted you to Paladin. You deserve it, brother.
Shut your mouth.
That thing was wearing my face.
Hey there.
Look, I'm not that interested in chatting right now.
Look out!
I'm ready to move in, sir.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
We're in this deep with the Institute as is. Couldn't hurt to have someone with real combat training watching our backs.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir. Thought I heard something move. Gotta stay frosty. Wait, did you hear something?
that?
Engaging hostile life form.
Hope you made your peace.
This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the minute. It's 7 a.m.
Come on!
Stay safe out there, everyone. Sorry, General. You're out of our range.
Feel that? It's come here!
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Aw, man! No sign of him now. What the fuck was that?
huh? You should be. Oh, shut the fuck up.
It's 8 a.m.
Keep your eyes open.
All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen.
Need some cover fire over here.
This is Radio Freedom.
There you are.
Alert! I've just been notified of a kidnapping. Minutemen, please respond if you're in the area.
No bravado and no brains, aren't ya?
I need some goddamn fire. Just run.
You made a mistake. Now you pay for it.
Lucky here. Think you're tough? Come on! Another shoulder. Okay. Give you that one. I'll fucking pay for that! You're nothing! Nothing! Where'd that little fucker go?
Nine a.m. here at Radio Freedom. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Hey there.
Keep your eyes open, sir.
A.m. here at Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
All across the Commonwealth. Nothing to
Good.
report.
I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
And then we can safely get him out of this hellhole.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.